Yeah, glad to have you with me, bro. What's up, people? Uh, Welcome to another episode of Talking Shop. I'm your boy here with a good friend of mine, Runtrez's iPhone. Hey, hey, man, no,
Great,
my boy Runtrez Johnson. What's up, boy?
upgraded for you. They want to put it on the Samsung. I didn't know how that was gonna do, so I figured big time with the iPhone.
Already, yeah, man. So, uh, so Runtrez, big baseball guy. Rontrez played in the a lot of years in the minors and the majors. Uh, in is the Mexican League, is that considered overseas? But
Yeah, well, it's just playing. They call it overseas, but it ain't but right around it. They are native.
they are
You know
neighbor,
what I mean?
absolutely.
You
But
know.
yeah, he's had a nice baseball journey, and I wanted to get with him and talk shop about that. So people, welcome Rontrez Johnson. What's up, buddy?
Oh,
Uh,
you got big
yeah.
from
So, God, I remember, and we're gonna sort of try and keep this in sequence. I remember growing up. I know I played little league baseball. I know you were like a year behind me. I just remember you football and track. I didn't even know you played baseball, bro. Be honest, until you was drafted. So when did your baseball journey start?
man. To be honest with you, them one even my bet. That's one even my best sport, man.
Oh, I
You know,
know
what
that. Yeah.
I played a little soccer. That was my game, man. I should have stayed in there until my brother told me girls play soccer, so I quit. You know what I mean? Because I
Oh,
didn't want to.
really?
Yeah, I should have been the next Pele, but
So
I
so you played with Sharon?
yeah
Sharon
yeah
played all them years.
yeah. Sharon and Carlos got mad at me because I didn't come out there and play my freshman year. They sort of
Wow.
they sort of kicked the boy to the curb after that. You know what I mean?
So I didn't even know. I didn't know Marshall had like soccer little leagues and nothing like that. I mean, I was just
Yeah, yeah, and we come all the way up, man, through playing when we was younger.
oh, okay.
Played some indoor. Got an invitation to play in the junior nationals, man. But T. John didn't have the money to put me through that, so I just had to
I know, brother.
do it on the local stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, and I was nice. But like I said, man, baseball, um, played it ever since I was a little bitty man.
You did
Uh,
okay.
yeah.
So, uh, so from my recollection, and I'm starting in high school. So
Uh-huh.
you were all district in football, all state in football. So what accolades did you earn in baseball in high school? Because again, I didn't even
Uh,
know you played.
all I was all district in baseball.
Okay,
Um, yeah, I think I got two pitchers up there, baseball and football. Um,
that's what's up.
I really, man, to be honest with you, man, I really didn't take baseball real serious until my junior year. I mean, to my senior year, man.
Really?
Um, I made varsity. Yeah, I made varsity as a freshman. And then, I got the big head thinking that, since I'm on varsity, the teacher's gonna give me that easy pass,
Yeah,
I'd never forget her, Miss what's the little Spanish teacher name? Miss
Miss Fessler,
Penn.
Miss
Oh,
Fessler.
she hung it in me, man. Gave me a
Oh,
69. I said, I can't believe it.
yeah.
So man, I just, I saw sports as a way to just get out, man, and baseball, like I said, I could play baseball in my sleep. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That's just how
Yeah.
much I worked on it or being away from it. And
Uh-huh.
you know, having the cousins and all my cousins love sports, so we played everything, you know what I mean, out there in the
Yeah.
backyard. It was
Already.
so
Yeah.
I could never, although, you know what I mean, that was my,
You couldn't.
I wasn't no Jordan. I wanted to be like Mike. I wasn't no Jordan, you know what I'm saying? But
I hear you, man. Hey, it's all good. So you knew, and I'm projecting here, but I assume you knew you could go to college in football. Probably from an early age because you just seemed that dynamic at it. Uh, Now, did you think you could go to college in baseball? And answer that one first. Then I got another one after that. Did you think you could go? When?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, I thought I thought I was gonna go and be a two sport athlete.
Okay. Hmm.
I, the only thing that really sort of changed my mind, man, is during the playoffs. I dislocated both shoulders. You know what I mean? And then I
Both.
went to a few, yeah, both of them. And then I went to a few camps. Like I went to LSU, and then I went down to A
Uh huh. Okay.
and and just seeing those big boys. You know what I mean? I was like, man, what's the longevity of me
Hmm.
tackling with shoulders? You know what I mean? Because I really didn't tell nobody because I sort of kept it a secret. And I started saying, man, I'm gonna have to have surgery on both of them. So how far would that set me back?
So,
But I knew going to play baseball, I knew the longevity in baseball would be a long time instead
absolutely.
of a couple of years. You know what I mean? So I figured I could get 10 years, maybe 10 or so years out of it. So I
I
really
got
just
you.
decided to go play. Yeah,
So did that happen your senior year?
yeah, my senior year. Yep.
So how,
And
after you
uh,
dislocate one shoulder, they don't take you out. How you dislocate both shoulders?
hey, man, I don't tell nobody.
Oh,
I was
okay.
a
You
warrior.
was a warrior.
Tell you, you know what I mean. I
I feel you.
just so they knew about the right one,
Okay.
but then I did the left one in a playoff game, but I just never really tell.
Hmm.
After we got it was too much more tackling. You know what I'm saying? We just basically go out and do skeletons, so I could
Hmm.
sort of hide without having to tackle somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, so that's what I basically did. Is I sort of like hid it, under the radar because by that time they was trying to keep us as healthy as possible.
Right.
So
So when did you find out you were a potential Major League Baseball draft pick?
man, we were at practice one day, and the scout came out. I think it was one of Coach Lloyd's good friends. He came out, man. He was asking me, he said, "Would you play? If you got drafted, would you go play?" I said, "Well, man, anything's possible."
Yeah.
You know, I, so he gave me a wooden bat, and I was hitting the balls over on Johnson Street. So he said, we. I think what really hurt my stock in baseball is that they didn't know if I was going to play football or baseball. You know what I mean? So the
Yep.
commit,
Yep.
they was waiting really to commit to one of them, one or the other.
Okay.
And so I really didn't commit to baseball until later. You know what I mean? So I think
Hmm.
that really hurt me in the draft status. But like I said, man, it all worked out, and I got to where I wanted to be. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So so let me get it. Did you ask a question? So at what point did you know you was going to get drafted? So you said one of Coach Lloyd.
oh, I had a couple. I actually had a couple teams to holler at me, man.
Okay.
But this guy from the Red Sox, he's like, "We're gonna draft you."
Oh,
So I
okay.
was thinking he was gonna draft me, up, but he had told me we're gonna draft you. So I knew I had a chance to get drafted. Now where I was gonna get drafted, I didn't know, but I knew I had a chance to get drafted.
Because
And so
the baseball draft has what 50 rounds or something like that, or back then it did.
yeah, it goes on, and on and on and on and on. And on.
I know, right?
So like yeah, so it just went on, man. And like I said, I was happy that that they drafted me and gave me a
Okay.
shot, and I took advantage of it.
So do you remember what pick you were?
I was the I got drafted in the 16th round.
Mm-hmm.
What pick? I don't know the number, but I just know it was in the 16th round. And
438.
there you go. I
Yeah.
knew it was forced. You know,
Uh-huh.
but I
Absolutely.
feel you know out of millions of kids,
Yeah,
I
brother.
felt like you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, you had hit the
but
lottery on that one, brother.
yeah, yeah. So, like I said, man, it was a blessing, to
Uh-huh.
leave Marshall thinking one, baseball player in the state, and then to get down there and you 438, that was but that got me hot. You know what I mean? I was trying to get Texas. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
and it was just the luck of the draw, man. I
yeah,
felt it for me, and I made it to where I want to get to.
absolutely. So now the decision to choose baseball over football or the minor leagues over college. I mean, was it dependent on well, I guess you were injured, so you were going. So in your mind, you're already committed to baseball, and were you
Yeah, man.
considering college
Uh-huh.
baseball at the time, or just straight the pro baseball?
Well, like man, I was like, how many people get paid to do something that they like to do? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I
Hmm.
thought about that. I was just like, the school aspect of it. Yeah. If I could do it all over again, though, I would probably go to school because I wanted to coach. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
besides just coaching, select teams and different
Hmm.
stuff like, I always
Hmm.
wanted to coach a high school team. You know what I mean? So I know
Yeah.
you need education part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, to be able to do that. Now that would be the only thing that I would do different now,
Okay.
knowing that not saying that you can't get a pro job, but to go get a high school job or a college job that's coaching, you need that education. So that was
Absolutely.
the only thing I would, what I mean, I
Yeah.
would do that different. But that man, I enjoyed the ride.
Already. So let me ask you this. So you get drafted. So they negotiate a contract. Was it and I know you're 16th round. It's not first round, but it damn sure ain't 50th round. So
Yeah,
was it blow your mind money, or just you don't have to go to college money? I mean, you
man, it wasn't really to me. It wasn't really about the money.
yep.
Um, I knew I could play the game. I just wanted the chance because regardless of where you got drafted, first round or 50th round, when we
Hmm.
all got there, we all made the same. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Okay.
like,
So
the only difference was the signing bonus. You know what I
oh,
mean?
okay.
Like that was the only difference between everybody. But when we all got there,
Yep.
we all made the same money. A
Oh,
ball,
okay.
rookie ball. So it wasn't no different in scales. Nobody didn't come in there making $100,000. We all was, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all was barely, I'm saying we only had enough to pay for the hotel room and buy food. You know what I mean? You didn't have no go money, no stuff like that. So I tell I tell anybody minor leagues ain't what it's all cracked up to be. You know what
Yep.
I mean?
So that's
you
my.
think
Go ahead.
uh-huh. No, I was gonna say you think you finna go in there and make Dallas, big time money. Oh no, but it ain't even like that. And then you gotta let me say we had 750 kids out there all vying for 125 spots.
Crazy.
So if you don't get those 125 spots, if you ain't gonna get one of those 125 spots, you either stay back or they send you home. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you just got out there and grind, man, and hopefully your number get called.
And that's my
Um,
next question. My next question. So for those that don't know, what kind of grind is minor league baseball? I mean, I guess the grind may. I'm
man,
assuming again, is it different for an early round pick than for a later round pick, or is the grind the grind?
man, like the early picks, it's sort of like the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? They're gonna get
Hmm.
first shot at
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
Um, I once told a guy once I got there, he was telling me and the actually first round pick, um, he plays center field and I play center field. He was like, man, you behind him. I said, that's fine. I said, but I will tell you this, man. If you give me a shot to play, he'll never play center field again. And,
All right.
and he was just like, oh, you're a cocky little old bastard. Excuse my language. You're cocky, little sucker, huh? I said, no, sir. I said, I just believe in me,
Already.
and what I can do. So unfortunately, he had got hurt, twisted his ankle, and that was the last time he played center field until he got traded to the White Sox.
Okay. Okay. That
Yeah,
makes.
I told him, man, you won't have to worry about him playing that spot no more if you give me
Yeah.
a shot at it.
Yeah.
So the coach, and it was funny too because he was just like, "Oh, okay, so you that sure of yourself, huh?" I was like, "Yes, sir. You give me a shot. I don't care about no number,
Yeah,
no nothing, man." So I got my shot, and like it was the last time he played center field. They moved him to right field, they moved him to left field, but he never played center field again.
that's what's up.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that's that Marshall, Texas confidence, baby.
Hey, man, that was that stuff y'all put in us, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Before y'all
yeah.
boys got out, that killer instinct
Hey,
to
hey,
go out and take
already,
and give you
already.
nothing. So,
So, so what was the worst part of minor league baseball? And then I'll ask you what was the best part. What was the worst part to you?
man, the worst part is the unknown. You know what I mean? Like not
Mhm.
knowing if you be there from day to day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because
Oh, I
when we first
bet.
got there,
Yeah.
when we first got there, the coaches was like, "Hey, man, don't get friends with nobody because you could be here one day and gone the next." You know what I mean? So,
Wow.
but that we met a lot of cool people. You know what I mean? From all walks of life. You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So we, got friends everywhere. Korea, Japan, shit, Philippines. Like Panama, Dominican.
Yeah.
Man, it's a bunch of kids coming together for one goal, man, to try to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even though it was
man.
a competition, even though it was a competition thing, man, we
Uh-huh.
all bonded and became friends. And we
Yeah.
still friends until this day. Man.
Hey, that's cool
So
right there, bro. That's awesome. And I was talking to one of my other buddies about the college experience, and it's sort of similar, man. You meet it's a bunch of
yeah,
people from all different areas, man, and people you would never expect to meet, and you just form a bond, and you're tight forever, you know.
yeah, man.
So,
Oh, and the good
uh-huh.
you said what was the good part
Yes, sir, the
was,
good
man,
part.
you got to meet a lot of cool people. You got to meet like Mo Vaughn, Jose Canseco, Pedro Martinez,
Yeah.
Roger Clemens,
Wow.
Pete Rose, Barry Bonds. You get to meet all these people.
Crazy.
Dion,
Yeah.
you get to see guys that their stories are similar. Yeah, they end up making it and doing it for a long time, man. But a
Hmm.
lot of those guys' stories are similar. You know what I mean? To ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the cool part about that.
Yeah.
Is meeting those, hearing some of their journeys, and calling them old men, and then all of a sudden we was I mean, like, "Oh man, we're gonna take your job," and then all of a sudden you hear that he gonna take your job. You know what I mean? So man, it was just the love, man, of
Yeah.
just getting in there, man, and meeting a whole lot of people. The
Hmm.
coaches and because I tell you, I got a funny story. I had when I first got drafted, I
Hmm.
had went out. And it's probably, like I said, it's about 750 kids out there,
Wow.
So I go over to this section. I go over to this section where it's all, black boys, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I go over there and I'm just like, "Hey man," I said, "What's up, dude?" The dude don't say nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, "God damn," like, "What's up?" So I go over to another dude. I'm like, "What's up, homie?" Rontrez Johnson from Marshall, he didn't say nothing. So I said, "Well, F you," you know what I mean? I was just like, "Man, F you, punk. I don't know you either." So one of the coaches came over there and he was just like,
They don't
"Hey,
speak no
Johnson,
English.
they don't speak no English, my boy." Hey, I'm cussing this man out. I'm cussing him out like, "Hey, what's up, bro? We all the same." But
Yeah.
coach said they don't speak no English. Oh man, I lost. Man, where you find brothers that don't speak English? You know what I mean? What
Yeah. They
but
look just like you, huh?
look just like me, man. Dark
Yeah.
skin, But
Hispanic
never in
as
my life,
hell.
I told him, never in my life have I seen a dark brother that didn't speak English, But the cats was, and, and to this day we still laugh. Man, you remember when you? I'm just like, man, I was ready to fight, boy. I was hot. Right to you, I was hot, man. I was,
I
I
know you've
speak
been out.
English.
all hospitable and everything, and they won't say nothing back. I know, man.
Man, I'm talking about they were just looking at me crazy. I was just like, oh, I'm ready to fight. I was like, it's time to get it in.
They
These
didn't even
boys
say
here crazy.
they didn't even
But
say
yeah,
no English or nothing.
nothing, man. Nothing. They just sat there and looked at me like I was crazy. I was just like, oh, okay, you sure right there. But like I said, man, a whole lot of good friendships was
Already.
brought up, man, through that time, bro.
So
But so that's good about the whole thing.
oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. So going into minor league ball, did you have any like goals? Like, I mean, did you say, okay, I mean, I guess your main goal is to make it to the majors, but like maybe at a certain time limit or just any goals? I want to be all star or whatever.
Yeah, my goal, like I said, man, your goal is always to prove people wrong. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? To say,
Hmm.
I could have been this guy, man. So my whole journey was basically proving people wrong. You know what I mean? Like I make the all stars in pretty much every league. So it was just going out there, man, and showing that you could compete on that level,
Yeah.
of at this level with these guys that they say was way better than you. You look at them like he put his draws on, so you want to put my draws on. Like
Absolutely,
he got
dude.
he got some magical draws that just a
Go
out.
on by themselves.
Like
Yeah.
oh, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this dude, boo boo don't stink. He a dude. Always that mentality, man. Like I told one guy when I was in Oakland, I was like, if you Michael Jackson, bro, you're gonna have to moonwalk, buddy. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to do something.
Prove it to
You
me.
know what I'm saying? Prove to me you better than me.
Hell yeah. And yeah,
It was,
I remember your time in Oakland too, man. But yeah, awesome.
yeah, and like it was just I just never gave people the credit of being better than me. You know what I mean? Like I always
I
just
hear
said,
you.
we'll baseball field set,
That's
depict
wild.
who's better. So that was
Yeah.
my thing.
Because I
Go
mean,
out and get yeah,
I could feel that confidence from you. You know, just being the little cornerback. You know what I'm saying on our team, man. I
yeah.
mean, like Roy Taylor was supposed to be the man, but I mean, you might have had more picks than him that year. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I had to try how to do it. You know what I mean? I learned a lot.
yeah,
Like I said,
for sure.
it was just the spirit, man, of all
Hmm.
of us,
Absolutely.
getting out there and competing. Like I said, for one common goal was to try to win a championship.
Yeah, yeah.
So just
So
really learning.
right. So right out of high school, you're a professional baseball player. So did you even think of it that way? I mean, did you feel y'all were treated as professionals, or did y'all
Hey,
have to
man,
grow into that
I tell everybody once we got there, we was treated like rock stars, man. You know what
already?
I mean? Everything. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
though you was in the minor leagues, pretty much anything you wanted was there for you to get. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it was the hard part of it all was the field. Off the field, everywhere we went, we was treated,
Hmm.
5 star. You know what I mean? So people really took care of us. A lot of people knew who you were before you knew who you were. Which was what I'm saying. Like, we would
Yeah.
go into towns, man. People already know your stats. Oh, you had 5 hits, and you do. So
That's wild.
you're like, really, bro? Like, are you serious? Who is this dude? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he just Joe Blow. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
the whole signing autographs, man. I didn't know how important that was. Like one of the older guys was like, man, those people pay your salary. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to take a few minutes of your time to go out and excuse me and sign autographs. You know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
So at first, because you don't know, people was back then they were selling for billion all this stuff, man, and you're just like, I ain't signing that.
Oh,
But at
okay.
the end of the day, those people ain't in the stands. You don't make no money. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So that's just
Absolutely.
how it looked at. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
just tried to, the love with everybody, man. And like I said, man, it took me to places I didn't ever think I would go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
baseball, baseball don't owe me nothing. You know what I mean? It don't owe me a
Already.
thing.
I heard that, bro.
You
So
know.
at what point in your minor league journey did you feel like you could play in the majors? I mean, was it one moment, maybe going up against someone who used to be in the majors, or was it like a
Man,
cumulative belief in yourself?
the day I knew I could do it, man, was I got called up to big league camp, and I got there, and it's all these guys, and in my group I had it was just me. I'm probably 3 foot tall compared to these dudes.
Yeah.
You had like
Mo
Reggie
Vaughn.
Jefferson,
Okay.
uh, you had Reggie Jefferson, you had Mike Greenwell and Jose Canseco.
Okay.
So here I am, this little bitty dude in this group, and these guys are hitting balls like out on the highway, and then every time it was barely going over second base. You know what I mean? So they looking at me like, you gonna hit a home run, youngster? So I hit one, but it was like my one today, 900. So
Right.
but that day, man, Willie McGee, he said, "Man, what kind of baseball player you want to be?" And I said, "I want to hit home runs." He was like, "No, you don't want to hit home runs." And I was like, "Well, why?" He said, "You got speed, so you should be a guy that steals bases and get on base." He said, "You're more important to those big guys when you're on base, because when you're on base, you open holes." So I
Mhm.
never looked at it like that. I was just like, "No, man, I want to hit those son of a guns out there in the road." And he was just like, "No, man,
Wow.
that's the game." So once I did that, and it sort of changed my aspect on
Your
what I
perspective,
was
yeah.
working on. I mean,
Isn't
it gave
isn't
me a
that
different perspective.
isn't that wild? It's like you were playing baseball all that time, and it took you to get to that point to realize that.
Yeah,
I have a one of my roommates in college. He played for Tampa Bay, and I just talked to him. He was the same way. He didn't know how to play D line until he got to the pros, and it's
yeah,
crazy what the perspective that that level can give you that you can't learn on your own. All right, go ahead.
yeah. No, you're good, man. It was just, seeing those guys' work ethic too. You know what I mean? You're just
Mhm.
like, dang, these guys. When they talk about Kobe and how big of a man, it was just like these guys eat and breathe this stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm, hey, I'm gonna get to the field at 12 o'clock. They've been there since 6 this morning. I mean, like, what time you get here? Well, I got here at 6. What? Six?
Nobody told me.
And that's another thing, man. They put it all on you.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean?
Yeah.
It was no coaches gonna call you and say, "Hey, Eric, man, you got to get up and be here." No, they're gonna put it on the board, and
Uh-huh.
it's up to you to make. You know what I'm saying? So that was another thing that man. I was just like, "Oh wow, it's on me." So I can't blame nobody if I don't get there. It's on
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
sort of showed me too of, you got to be on your P's and Q's out here, because these boys, they serious, man, about trying to get there. And so that was something I learned too. But like you said, on that learning the game, it was like I could pull the ball, but when I first got there, I was pulling the ball. I was hitting probably about maybe 400, and then they was like, "Well, let's go away." Well, when they started pitching me outside, I was like, "I can't hit that." So I started getting out, striking out, and Ricky Henderson was like, "You can't hit the ball the other way." I was like, "What the hell is hitting the ball the other way?" I was like, "Pull." And I
Uh-huh.
said, "I pull, but I'm a pull mouse." You know,
I hit 400 pulling.
yeah, 400, 400 to good pulling.
Yeah.
But, but once they figure you out, man, they're not gonna give you what you can hit. They're gonna give
Hmm.
you everything that you're not supposed to hit.
Hmm.
So that's what helped me really start to learn the game, man. Because I used to always think just get in there and let it go,
Yeah.
But these guys had a game. Every at bat was a different situation.
Wow.
You might come up bases loaded. You might come up nobody on. Like what's the game? We down by a run. You take and you get 2 strikes. You can't be afraid to hit with 2 strikes. So the game, it really changed me up there, because it started to do the mental part of the game more or less
Yeah.
than just the physical. You know what I mean? Going
Yeah.
out and hitting and running. It was a mind thing. And you had to think too. Does this pitcher? I'm fast. So he really don't want me on base because
Mm-hmm.
a pass ball, steal base. I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
on third base
Yeah.
within 2 pitches.
Yeah.
So it was a whole new, and guys can really throw up there though, like Pudge Rodriguez, real my boy. You know what I mean? Like that dude could throw.
Yeah.
It wasn't just no, in Vladimir Guerrero, that dude was for real.
Yeah.
Like you got the guys, man, and it was just something new, bro.
Yeah.
And just to see these, wow,
So what
this
year
is what it's
was
all about.
yeah. So so
Mhm.
so when was that? How long had you been in the minors before you got called up to big league camp?
When I got called up to big league camp, I probably was in the minors about 3 years.
Okay.
At that, yeah, I
So
was in the.
so let
Uh huh.
everybody know because I think because it was me too, man. People just assume that it's just A, double A, triple A, and then you're in the minors, like three levels. I mean, before the majors, like just researching this stuff, it look like it's a lot more levels than that, man.
You got rookie ball. You got A ball. You got about four A ball teams.
That you
You
got to
got
get
one
through.
double A, one
Uh,
triple A.
so,
Yep. So you got to climb those ladders. You know what I mean? Especially
yeah,
being low man on the totem pole,
yeah,
you had to take those steps. And so, but hey, man, I mastered them all. I didn't care where you put me, long as I
yeah.
was on somebody's roster, I had a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
I've seen a lot of people come and go, man. It's just like, wow, like really,
Yeah,
like first pick got released, second round pick got released, third round pick, you're just looking at these guys and you're like, wow, man, I'm just a 16th rounder, so I know my bag stay packed because there ain't no telling when you finna hit that road. You know what I'm saying? When
yeah,
you finna get out. So I lived out the bag, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew
yeah.
one day he's gonna get that call, man. But God blessed me to make it, bro. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't believe it, man.
Absolutely. So in the minors, like how long was your longest road trip? Or did y'all fly places too, or did y'all mainly drive?
Man, we had 22-hour road trips. We
Eh,
had, yeah. Oh man, road trips was a. When I tell you, you was happy when you got to Double A because now you get to say,
okay.
man,
So so
say
so double A and triple A, you could actually fly.
double A, triple A, yeah, you gonna fly double. Oh, you made it once you get to Double A, Triple A. You
Oh,
played
okay.
there. You
Okay.
get to Double A, Triple A. That means you finna fly like no other. But that A ball, oh my boy, A ball, call home to mama. You know what I'm saying?
So so A ball, they separate a lot of men from the boys in A ball.
A ball is gonna make a break.
Hmm.
You gonna make it or break it in A ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's gonna be. You got rookie, then you got the middle, and then you got high A ball. High A ball. Now I've seen a couple people go from high A ball to Triple A to the big leagues.
Okay.
David Ortiz, David Ortiz pretty much did that whole stint where he went from A ball to Triple A to the big leagues, and you all know
Wow.
his story.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
So, but yeah, man, you boy, ooh, you a lot of movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you call yourself not watching movies, you watch them then. You know what I mean? So just to get through some trips,
Some
you
of them
go to
road
sleep.
trips.
Oh man, you go to sleep and you wake up, you still on the bus. That one word. That one word. Nothing. One word. Nothing. To tell you.
That is
Hey man,
wild.
stretching your legs. That ain't even man. That one, dude. That didn't. I tell everybody, man. That part of it
Uh-huh.
was the worst part. Like that
Okay.
that trial. But man, you had fun, man. It
Yeah,
was all
yeah.
fun. Especially when you got there. You know what I'm saying? It was
Uh-huh.
all love.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll tell anybody, man, don't look to go there thinking you going straight to the big leagues. You know what I mean? Unless you Jeter, you ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't
Yeah.
finna, but
So how many
everybody's.
right. So how many like I mean I don't know if you even keep track of like first, second, third rounders did you play with? You know what I'm saying? That that were just either
Tell you what,
good or
it was more to me. It was more guys that was lower round picks making it than the high round picks.
yeah,
Because me, a lot of those guys got paid, so their hustle wasn't
wasn't there.
as
Hmm.
they really have that grind about them because you give an 18-year-old 6 million,
Yeah,
you get this money, they don't really care about the game no more. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Even though all of them had free, all of them had sure rise to the big leagues, but they just never put the work in.
Yeah,
And you can be looking at a guy and you're like, man, I can't believe they gave this guy all this money. But like I said, I tell people, I never wanted what's on your porch. You know what I mean? I wanted to get it for myself. So I didn't care what they gave you. I just knew what I had to do to get myself there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
and just seeing a bunch of kids that got money, come down, jacked up rides here. I'm driving a 94, 94 Capri, and these boys come down here and all
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and, but that's what it was.
So at
But
any point in your minor league journey, did you want to quit?
man, every day, you know.
Okay, were you close to quitting?
Well, no, and I said, and I don't mean it like quitting. I mean
Hmm.
as I just, and you see yourself
Hmm.
and you putting in the work, doing what these people ask you to do, and then they look over you for somebody else, and then when they come to you, you're just like, wow, man, I could have been doing this. So
Yep.
it was just point to where you felt like, man, I done put in all this time, and here I am still doing the same thing. When guys not even good as you, going up and down. And then when they finally give you, they go, oh, okay, well, he can play. But man, I thought I showed you that in spring training. You know what I'm saying? So it was just got tired of seeing, man, a bunch of things that was out of your control. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can
Yeah.
do. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And I tell everybody, it's about who they like. If they like you, they'll put you up there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I ain't no kiss ass. I never been that, never will be. I just said, this is me. This is how I come. And if y'all like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I just could never sell my soul to, go out and do, because I had, guys dressing up like women. No, my kids ain't gonna never see their daddy dress up like no woman. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
heard
I
that,
don't
bro.
care if it was, I don't care if it wasn't fun or joking. We don't play. My mama ain't gonna never say her baby had no dress on. You know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't do it, man.
So, you make it to the big leagues. Injury replacement for Carlos Beltran. Is that right?
Yeah,
See, man, I ain't even have to research that, man. I remembered that. Well, I followed you tough. So my first question is always about the money. So, what was the so let me get this right. Was the check, was it cool? Your first MLB check. Was it cool? Was it wow? Or was it damn?
man. That check was more than I ever seen in my life, man. You know what I mean? And the day I had that in my pocket, I ready to go. I ready to go and go to strip club or something. You know what I'm saying? I ready to go make it rain. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, it was nice, just to see, and
Hmm.
wow, just like, man, heck, the check. I wasn't worried about the check. Hell, they was giving you $100 on, no, what is it,
Per diem or
two
something?
hundred and fifty something for per diem.
I
Hell yeah, I
know,
wasn't
right?
worried about the damn check.
Like,
I worried about
goddamn.
the per diem. Man. That's the money that I was worried about. I wasn't worried about no dang check. The check, man, that was water under the bridge.
No, that was icing
Man,
on the cake.
I eat McDonald's. I know. I told him I hate McDonald's, so I know damn well I wasn't worried about no check. I ain't no. I'm not gonna spend no $100. I'm gonna go down here and get me a $9 Big Mac
You ain't
and call it a
lying.
day. Yeah, man, it was something to see, man. And
Yeah.
it was it was all, it was all crazy. Like I said, man, the higher you went up, the more expensive stuff got.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
especially being in the big leagues, now you got to play clubhouse dudes, and these guys, making $100,000 on just washing drawers. You know what I'm saying? Like you, like damn, you know. Like,
Wow.
and
So
then
so y'all had to
some of
pay
them,
y'all had to pay dues? What you talking? So
yeah, you have to play the clubhouse guy. You have to play the clubhouse guy. For
like,
washing uniforms.
like tip them?
You know, oh man, some of these guys was getting tipped like 10,000. Some of these guys would tip them 10,000, go have their cars washed and
Shit.
different stuff, man. Oh man, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Like man, I was just like, God dang, I'm in the wrong job. Forget baseball. I might as well be a clubhouse guy. You know what I mean? But those guys ate too, man. So
Yeah. Yeah.
once you got up there like that, man, everybody ate. You know what I mean? Everybody was so
Yeah. So
it
so I,
was it was it was eye.
good, good. Hey, I followed you, man, and so I wanted to speak on. I know you had some home games too, so all right, let me just speak on this real quick. So your first game in the majors, you call up the fam? Is it on TV? I mean, how the fam get to check you out?
Man, it was on. I don't know. During that time, it was on that Kansas City channel.
Okay,
I think they listened to it on the radio. I don't know if they watched it on TV,
okay.
but I think they listened to it on the radio. But man, that was, man. You talking about nerves? I think out of all the stuff I've ever done in my life, man, that was the scaredest day of my life, man. I think, I was. That scared me half to death. You know what I
Yeah,
mean, man? It just being, man, and like 40,000 people just looking at you. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
minor league was fun, but when you got there, man, it was the lights was brighter. You know what I'm saying? Like
And let me get
celebrities and everybody else. You
yeah.
know,
So you had been in uh major league camp multiple times at that point.
yeah, and and like I said, the camps, yeah, we down in Florida spring training. It was cool, but when you got to the stadiums, man,
Okay.
in the home states and
Hmm.
cities,
Yeah.
man, that was something. That was something totally different, man. You know what I mean? Like that was a different monster, my boy.
Yeah,
That was
man.
man, it's like it's for keeps now. You know what I'm saying? Like, God,
It's for
but
real. Yeah.
oh man, you looking at yourself like, man, I came from small town Marshall. Here I am in the big leagues. You know what I mean? Like I am
Crazy.
actually in a opening night.
Yeah.
Like wow.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
man,
Was you like
so
a
it
fan?
was it was
Was you like a fan, like taking pictures and everything? And so I mean,
man, I always told, me and my buddy, he probably got all the pictures, man. I told
mhm.
him, I was like, man, we ain't snapping no pictures of them suckers. They gonna snap pictures of us. I said,
Yeah.
we but yeah, man, I was like a kid at the candy store, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was just
Yeah.
like, wow, just to see it, bro, and
Yeah.
to be a part, man, and
Yeah.
it was something else, man. Like, God dang, like wow.
What was your
I thought
number?
Texas Stadium number 25.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You said you thought
I went,
Texas Stadium.
I went from number 438 to number 25.
My man.
You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, boy.
You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man, and
Yeah.
I just, dude, all I could do was just sit there, man, and just be like, wow, you finally made it. You put all the time in
Yeah.
and you finally made it. Even though it was short lived, but man, I enjoyed every bit of it. Like I said,
Yeah.
baseball
Hey man,
it
I
don't hold
heard
me up.
that. So I put up your games, and I just wanted to speak on the road games at Detroit, at Cleveland, at the White Sox. So how was how was the MLB travel, man, compared to minor league travel?
Oh man. I told you, man, once you got to the big leagues, that was rock star status. You know what I'm saying? You a rock star now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you might as well have bought you a fur coat.
what? Hey, if they let me get another month in there, I would have bought me a fur coat. You know what I'm saying? I would have had the gator shoes on too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But man, the travel, it was no more walking through the airport. It's just get to the airport, get on the airplane, and go.
That's
You know
wild.
what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
it was no more coach or flying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was just private jet, get on the jet, and go, man. Like
Wow.
put your suit on and
Yeah.
go. So it was
That's
It was definitely, man,
yeah. Yeah.
definitely different.
So
You go out to a hangar. You don't go through the airport. You get chauffeured out to a hangar. With a plane
uh-huh.
sitting up in a big hangar, and you just
Waiting on you.
waiting on you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
do it. You know what I mean? It was nice. You know what I mean? It
I
was
heard
nice.
that. I heard
Yeah,
that.
especially for a small town boy out of East Texas.
Yeah. East Texas. So
Yeah.
so your first major league hit, who was it against?
Nick Pronto. Nick Pronto, man. I told my first at bat was against Flash Gordon,
Mm-hmm.
and in big league camp, I had hit a home run off of him, and he threw me six straight sliders, you know what I mean? Eight. No, I think it was eight. He threw me eight sliders, when after the
Wow.
game, I said, man, you sure wrong for that. He said, I hope you weren't looking to hit no fastball. I was like, you got to throw one. He's like, oh, no. He said, you ain't taking me deep your first bat. I was like, oh, man, that really hurt my feelings, brother. I thought we was in this to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I got that first hit, and you thought I had won the lotto. I was like, I'm forever etched. I was like, I'm forever in the system now, man. So that was,
Absolutely.
I was like, that's all I wanted, man. Especially for my boys, got the ball.
Yeah.
You know, they got the ball in Florida,
Okay.
and that was man. That was got the lineup.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. That's
Yeah,
awesome right there. So
yeah.
let's go back to like
Uh,
I don't know which camp it was. I remember you with Oakland, and I remember you hitting a grand slam. You remember that?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my mind ain't playing tricks on me. So how was that,
Uh,
man? 'Cause I thought you was gonna make it out of that camp to
hey,
the big leagues, bro.
I was the last day, last cut, man. I thought I was in there too, boy. I was already picking out the suit and everything. You know what I mean? But like I said, it was between me and Chris Singleton, and I
Uh-huh.
figured gave him all that money to play that the job was gonna be his, and they had signed me. He ended up doing real well that year too.
Okay.
So like I said, it was a lot of hit and miss. Um, man, like I said, I did so good to where, like I said, I you know, you have people that was already playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get we're gonna give you the shot, man, and then it just get to the point to where you don't hurt that so much,
Yeah.
it goes through one ear and the other.
Not
You know
the
what I'm
other.
saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it started to get discouraging, man, because you hear, oh yeah, we're gonna get him a shot, and
Right.
then you wait, you wait, you wait, you wait.
Yeah,
I go to
man.
Kansas, my first year in Kansas City in AAA. I'm leading the team in hitting.
Yep.
They tell me we're gonna call you up. I do a physical and find out my hand broke. So that derailed me. Yeah, my hand was broke. I actually had handmade surgery where I had some bones broke inside of my hand, and this pinky finger and this finger, they wouldn't move. Like, yeah, they wouldn't move. So I had to just swing the bat. Like my fingers, I was hitting like this, and so
Okay.
they gave them the excuse not to bring me up
Oh.
because you know what I mean. So that really hurt me too. That
Yeah.
pissed me off. And then the next year, they telling me, oh, yeah, you're going to play. Beltran wanted to go to Texas to play with A-Rod.
Okay.
Um, we started off doing so good and winning. He wanted to stay because his agent told him, man, if you stay here and the Royals get to the playoffs, that'll help your stop. But then they didn't make it. So he wanted out.
Yeah, that's some bull.
Yeah, that's some bull. So man, like I said, it was just little breaks
Hmm.
here that could have went my way that did,
Okay.
but
So
like I
at th-
said, uh-huh.
so at this point, uh, with the Royals, when you made it up, it was what, year 6, 7 for you, or maybe 8?
Free agent year 6, yeah.
Okay. So did you think that that was it for you, or did you certainly think you'd probably make it up there again? What did you think?
Man, I had went to Dominican um that year before, that year
Okay.
when I went to Oakland,
Hmm.
and I was the only one on that team that played full time that was in the minor leagues. I was a starting center fielder. I had took um, some guy that had been in, I forget his name, that was in the big leagues, and I took his spot, man. But I had that's when I really thought I was, because I went over there and I think I hit like 476, um, 4 home runs. I had like 30 some RBIs.
Wow.
Like I thought be my coming out, I thought that was gonna be that propelled me over the top, because I went to the supposedly the hardest league to
Okay.
play in,
Yeah.
and I did good. So, and that was after leaving Mexico. I think I hit 386 in Mexico, 17 home runs. Um, I did real good. So I just figured, okay, this is gonna be the year, that I'm gonna get my shot. And then when I
Yeah.
got there and to find out that it wasn't what it was, man, that knocked the chunk out of me. So I started to give up, man. I was just like, I done put all this time in, and I'm still getting overlooked for people that ain't even hitting close to what I'm hitting, So
Yeah.
I so when I did get back there, and after that I went to Texas, it just wasn't the same atmosphere playing in Texas. It was just like, man, why am I doing all this to still be in the same spot? And everybody's telling you, hey man, why are you here? You should be in the big leagues, and I'm
Hmm.
just like, man, I don't know. I have control over,
Yeah.
the GM or scouts or nothing like that, man. So it sort of really broke me. And then it went to Atlanta. I didn't really put the heart in or the effort in, and
I feel that.
I just knew, yeah, I just knew after that was probably my last time playing. So I went overseas, done real good. Um, Played in Mexico.
Yeah. Mexican League All-Star Game
So
MVP, Mexican
yeah,
League All-Star, you know. So
so I did good. So I was trying. My goal was to try to get to Japan or Korea.
okay.
Uh, I did good. I ended up going to Florida to play uh, with the Mexican team against the Korean team, and ended up going like 4 for 5, three doubles, a single, and I think 4 stolen bases.
Okay.
And so I thought that was it, but the guy that was representing me at the time, they had signed a guy that, man, what's his name? They said they was looking for a power hitter, and I forget his name. And so he ended up getting the job, man. So I was just like, you know what? I done did all this. My body's starting to hurt,
Hmm.
starting to catch up a little bit, So
And you're still in your
I
20s
just,
at this point.
yeah, man. But I had ran into so many walls
Hmm.
and so many bones, and did so much stuff to where I was just like, I'm broke, man. Like, but I ain't no quitter, so it could hurt, and I still, pain. I thought I played through a whole lot of pain. I never really cared about the pain. It
Hmm.
was just all about playing. When I tell you
Absolutely.
I stopped, boy, the pain. Like now, I can tell you when it's cold outside, when it's hot, I, I picked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I bet. I bet. How many?
man,
So how many surgeries have you had?
man, oh man, I've had shoulder, um, hand, everything. Everything. I think I got cut on everywhere. Heck, I don't think they didn't cut on as much as my booty. That's about it. But like I said, man, it was. I didn't think baseball was such a grind, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just thought it was throwing and catching. You know what I mean? I didn't
Uh-huh.
know. It was such a physical sport, and not saying you running and hitting people, but sliding into bases, diving into balls, running into walls.
Nope.
I know that takes a toll on you, man. In the running, and different stuff, man. So I really didn't think that would do. Like I said, the longevity of it, yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
play a while,
Yeah.
but it eventually beats you up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Uh, shoot. So just man, I was just impressed just by you know just researching some of what you've done, man. I mean, you know, I understand. Getting to that point and wanting to play an extra 10 years in the majors would have been, definitely the goal. But man, 66 homers. I mean, uh, 400 RBIs, 250 stolen bases, a 780 OPS. I don't know if people know what OPS is, but I think that's one of the best stats, in baseball. Uh, I mean,
Yeah.
you're like a, yeah, I mean, you're like a baseball player. I've always considered you a football player, man, until I started doing a little research on you, man. You're a baseball player, but that played football.
Yeah, that's what it was. So I really, to be honest with you, man, I really played football because that's what everybody was doing.
Oh,
You know
really?
what I mean? All the homies, you know what I mean? All the
Uh,
fellas.
yeah.
That's what y'all was doing. Y'all was playing football. You know what I mean? When nobody playing baseball.
It wasn't
Brandon,
really.
uh,
And, and
Calvin, Hill,
and
and
Josh, yeah,
that
that's
was
it.
it.
That was it. Yo.
You know what I mean? And so I was just like, oh man, but football was it's always been our sport. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like always
Hmm.
been tape is football. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's all
Yeah.
because that's all we ever did.
Absolutely.
But like I say, man, I think out of all the sports, I was better in soccer, man. Like
Okay.
I was truly the Pele. I was nice.
You're smoother than Pele.
I was smooth. I'm telling you, Ronaldo don't have nothing on me, man. You know,
Yeah. So,
but really, sports was always something I wanted to do. I used to always tell people I played sports so I didn't have to go home. I didn't want to go home in the evening time, so I just did something. Whatever was going on, I did it. You know what I mean? Like I said,
absolutely.
I played basketball and had no damn clue of what the hell I was doing. I tell you.
So, did you play Little League football in Marshall?
Yeah, I played for the Cowboys.
Did you?
Yep, I was quarterback. Played quarterback. Um,
Okay.
yeah, played
Yeah.
quarterback.
Cowboys one of the good teams back then. It sure was.
Yep, yep,
Hmm.
yep. I think I was right after Buck. I think Buck
And
and all
Sharon. Yep.
to run. Yeah, I think I
Mhm.
was that they couldn't play. I think they had all moved up to like seventh grade. Is it
Yeah.
seventh grade?
Uh-huh.
Grade.
Yep.
So it was all gone by the time I got up there. But
Oh, okay.
man, that was it. Playing out there at Coco Field, man.
Yeah.
That's what it all.
Yeah,
That's what it
man.
all went.
Oh, yeah. Roy was on that team. No, was he? Yeah, Roy was on the Cowboys, wasn't he? Or was he
Yeah,
on? Okay.
he's on. Like I said, Brandon, Buck,
Hmm.
um, Sharon. Who else was on that team
Yeah.
before I got?
I know Will Van Alstine was because I got
Man,
into a
all
fight with him.
team.
I got kicked out the game because I was whooping his
Was you on
ass.
the Raiders? Was
Yeah,
you on the
yeah,
Raiders?
yeah. Will was holding me, man. I started wailing on his ass. They kicked me out the game, man.
Hey man, good old
Yeah.
days, man.
Yeah, man, they
It
were. Cowboys, we couldn't get past, and the Bears, we couldn't get past. But everybody else was
Bears,
beat.
the Bears broke my ribs.
Did they?
Yeah, man, they broke my ribs. Shit, about 17. I think it was saying, but left on the field about Yeah, but I ran over into they on their team side. I don't know what the hell happened after that. I,
They all jumped you.
I know I come out of there with broke ribs. I said, "How the hell this happened?" And I had Glenn on my team, so I'm thinking we rough.
Right.
I ain't seen Glenn. I'm over there getting beat up.
Ah,
But yeah,
that's
those were the days.
hilarious. Yeah, man. Those were the days, bro. So
Those.
after
Uh-huh.
your baseball journey, did you want to stay involved in the sport immediately afterward? Did you say no, I'm gonna just take a break? Did you say let me stay involved in the
Well,
sport?
man, me and a buddy of mine, we started a baseball academy down in Florida,
Okay.
and we started teaching. We started teaching the game, and I like that. I like teaching the kids. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
pretty much why I did it, because like I always tell people, man, somebody help my mom get to me,
Mm-hmm.
give me help me where I got to. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
like I don't know where the money came from. I never asked any questions. I just went because I was told to go. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I always try to give back to the kids, and try to help out as much as I can. And then that's been about it since then, man. And
That's what's up, man.
yeah, so that's about it, bro.
Where you where you stationed at right now, man? Where you staying?
I'm in Marshall, man. I'm on the home turf.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what's
Home
up.
turf.
How was the baseball team? How was Marshall's baseball team? Do
Oh,
you
they
keep up with it?
suck. If you want to ask, if you want me to tell you, man, it's just too much daddy baseball going on, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all about who got money,
Oh, okay.
and you sort of pushing kids away
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have the money,
Oh,
and
okay.
not teaching kids. Normally, like I tell people, man, that people taught us to play. Nowadays they don't really teach you. Us as black kids, we're not playing because it's not a one-on-one sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
baseball take some kind of coordination. You know what I mean? Like you got to be coordinated, and kids like the basketball because you can dribble, you can
Yeah.
dunk, you can do
Yeah.
that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like football. You catch a pass, you hand it off. Baseball is hard to hit a round ball with a round bat. And I
Yeah.
don't. You know, us as black kids, if we don't have success, we don't play.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
know, and it
Mm-hmm.
ain't play. It's just that we're not playing because you know you don't want to strike out. You embarrassed if you strike out.
Yep.
You embarrassed if you miss a ball. You embarrassed if you make an error. You know what I mean? So it's not like
Mm-hmm.
football. Yeah, okay, I dropped the pass, but okay, throw me another one. It's
Yeah.
not like, I
Yeah.
mean, and so, but the game has really, pushed us away from it because kids don't want to. I just say they don't have the patience to play baseball. You know what
That
I'm
makes
saying?
sense. That makes
But
sense.
they don't have the patience.
They don't have a whole lot of patience for much. So I know
Yeah,
that's probably true for baseball. Mm-hmm.
it's it's easy for me to root for you dribbling the basketball. It's easy for me to root for you to play football. But football, if I show up to your game and all you doing is striking out, I'm gonna tell you to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the
Yeah.
parents are doing. You know what I mean? They're telling them to quit. They're not telling them to keep going. They're saying,
Right.
well, let's do something we can play. So the
Yeah.
next thing he will play football because either I'm gonna tackle you or gonna hand me off the football. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? More of
Uh-huh.
a one-on sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, I feel that.
so it's just that we losing them. But I tell them I coach for free. I
Yeah.
don't charge nobody.
Gotcha.
I do it because, like I said, somebody helped me when I was little, so I just try to give it back, man. So
Already.
about the money, I don't really care about the money.
Yeah.
I see, kids. Like I said, if I can help you get a scholarship or get you a free education,
Yeah.
I did my job. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how I look at it, man.
Hey man, that's what's up. That's an awesome way to look at it, bro. You got a
Yeah.
pure heart. You got a pure heart. You got a lot to give, man. You learned a lot in the game, and you got a lot you can pass on. You know, I would tell anybody, man, to take advantage of you as a resource in that town, man, because You're definitely one, brother. Appreciate you being on here, man.
Anytime, bro. Anytime you need your boy, you holler at me, man. Good seeing you, boy.
Hey, it's great seeing you, man. You look the same, big dog. You look more swole. You look like a linebacker now, but
Hey, man,
but you look the
I'm,
same.
I'm more of a fullback now, you know. I'm more, I'm more of a fullback now. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
anytime you need me, just holler at me, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man.
All right, brother. You have a blessing.
All right, you too, buddy.
All right,
Peace.
brother.
All right.